Hi, my name is Monroe. I'm an indie filmmaker from Austin, Texas, and this is my no bullshit review of the Panasonic Lumix S5 and the S1H, which is a bad motherfucker. I'm making another one of these because if you look right here, people in the Panasonic Lumix S1H and the S5 community, at least according to the Facebook group pages, thought I kind of half-assed that review in terms of the visual quality. I guess I wasn't doing the S1H justice. Is this good enough for you? Who am I to deny the kids? So without further ado, let's just get into it. Let's talk about the Panasonic S1H first and why I got it. The truth is, I'm a hybrid filmmaker, so I need to take stills, whether if that's real estate videography, wedding videography, being a personal filmmaker for content creators or brands, things of that nature. I need a one-stop shop. I contemplated very heavily about getting the red Komodo because I wanted to leap into a cinema camera. But you can't take stills with that Komodo, and I need to be able to do that in the same body because I take a lot of photos and that's what clients want, and I take headshots professionally for LinkedIn as well, and I need the one-stop shop. For a long time, I was using the GH5 for video, which I loved, and I was using the Canon 5D Mark IV for photos. After a while, I just want everything in one body. S1H and the S5 are brilliant for that. I showed this in the last video, but here are some examples of the stills that I've taken with the S5. Absolutely stunning. The results were gorgeous. So I wanted to step into the cinema camera world. This is a cinema camera and a hybrid in one body. I love the flat picture style of Panasonic's fully unlocked Vlog. It's another reason why I got the S1H. Vlog is gorgeous. You can go to Panasonic's Varicam LUTs, and they're absolutely incredible. I hate to tell someone, hey, slap a LUT on the thing and walk away. But these LUTs are so damn good. I mean, just look at this picture quality. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for the clients. One thing I did not talk about in my last video was the 6K. Yeah. It has 6K. I use it sometimes. I like a taller image. Right now, I'm filming this video and the Panasonic Lumix S5. And for the nerds out there, I'm filming this in 4K, 10-bit, long op, 24 frames a second, 150 megabits a second. And I love these results. Right now, my ISO is at 320, which I know is not the native ISO. I'm still overexposed, according to my facial skin tones here, by 1.7 stops at ISO 320. My shutter angle is at 180, and my aperture is at 2.2. For those asking, 4K. Vlog, by the way. I'm using the nicest LUT, brought to you by Panasonic's Varicam. 6K, I use it. It's absolutely stunning. What is kind of annoying is I either have to blow the canvas up to 8K and export in 8K, upload to YouTube in 8K, so you can really see the difference. And so it's broadcasted in 8K. Scaling up from 6K, or I got to scale down from 6K to 4K or 1080p. Kind of annoying. Look, none of my clients have ever asked me to deliver in 6K. Quite frankly, I'm rarely asked to deliver in 4K. So 6K felt future-proof, and that was good enough for me. And I didn't mention that in the last review, but the 6K is gorgeous. I invested in the Atomos Ninja V, aka the Ninja V, and I got a 128 SSD card and an SSD card reader, along with a proprietary HDMI, as well as an extra battery. Costed me about $1,000. You can find that kit, essentially everything that I named, at B&H. None of this is sponsored, so don't even. $1,000, or you have to buy all those things individually. That's annoying. $1,000 for a glorified monitor. Now, if you're going to use it for a video recorder to film in 5.9K ProRes RAW, go ahead and do that. I can tell you right now, for me, I've done it. You get about 15 minutes on a 128 gigabyte SSD card. The results are gorgeous. They're stunning. They're phenomenal. Now, I don't have any tests to show you because they're all experiments that I don't think would hold weight under scrutiny. But I really like the results. And I do plan on shooting feature films, short films, pilots, etc. at a very high bit rate, the highest quality that I can get. All this to say, the $1,000 justification of the Ninja V, I would say it's not necessary for the S1H or the S5. It's not necessary. You're not going to film in RAW, not very often. But if you got the moolah to spend, feel free to do it. It's a beautiful monitor. I use it basically as a monitor. The clients dig it. To use it as a recorder, I don't use it so much, but I wanted the options and I wanted to get the most out of this bad boy, and that's why I purchased it. This is the Sigma L mount 28 to 70 millimeter 2.8, and it never comes off. I love this bad boy. Beautiful field of view. I bought these new S series cameras for their full frame. I like the biggest image that I can possibly get. I like it. I like, APS-C sensors. I like Micro Four Thirds sensors. I have nothing against them, but I want the most that I can get. Right now, I'm filming this on a 35 millimeter Canon L series lens that has the Sigma little adapter. You've probably researched it. I'm filming this on that. This is 35 millimeter full frame 4K. This is what it looks like. It's pretty wide. 35 millimeter? It's pretty wide. I'd call this pretty wide. So I dig it for that. I never go higher than 96 frames a second. There's a variable frame rate for up to 180 at 1080p or something. It's too noisy for me. 96 is gorgeous. As a matter of fact, for the weddings I film, I rarely go higher than 60 frames a second. But if I really want to milk a moment, 96 is my favorite fastest / slowest frames a second for that slow, creamy, slow motion. 96, I don't get a lot of noise at 4000 ISO. Those are the two base ISOs, 640 and 4000, if you didn't know that already. The natural picture style in camera is gorgeous. If you don't want to color grade, great out of the box. I love that. Look, I spent $4,000 on this camera body. That's a lot, man. I could have got 4 S5s, including the S5 that I purchased, maybe 3 for that price. And I would have got the kit lenses, and it would have been cool for a multicam thing. I thought about that very heavily. I wanted a cinema camera. I contemplated the Blackmagic 6K, the Blackmagic 4K Pocket Pro cinema cameras. I contemplated it. I'm not ready to make the transition to DaVinci Resolve. I'm too lazy. I love the 12-bit. In my opinion, Lumix, it looks better out the box, and it's the easiest to color grade. So I take stills with these bad boys. I take video with these bad boys. I do want to invest in the microphone accessory that takes XLR. Like, I can see that really saving me some time. The way I have it, this goes into my H6, which goes as an audio recorder into GarageBand right now. It's an extra step to synchronize. I'd rather just get it all in body. Yeah, so I film a lot of vertical videos. That's one of the critiques that I got in my last review was, hey, your TikToks look great. Why not just make that on YouTube, bro? What the hell? Okay, point taken. And so that's what I'm doing here. And I film vertically on the S5. So I keep it on a switch pod, which was also a great investment because I film a lot of stuff on my table here as a personal filmmaker, as a content creator. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? There's 400 megabits a second, which is gorgeous, all I love all the anamorphic options. It's another reason why I purchased these cameras. I do plan when I make pilots and shit like that to film anamorphically. So I have that. That's why I did that. Let's see. Dual SD cards, like it. I don't like CFast. I don't want to spend money in that. I don't want to spend money on thousands of dollars on data storage. It's just, that's a whole racket for me. I film a lot of stuff for social media, for YouTube, for TikTok. So I didn't need Komodo. That would have been overkill for me. We all think that we want that, but sometimes, you got to call it like it is and say it for what it is. That's overkill for me. I love all the customizable buttons. I've been in the Panasonic ecosystem for 5 years. Love to be a Panasonic Lumix ambassador because I have nothing but great things to say about it, just impartially. I've worked on the Sony's hybrid camera system. I've worked on Canon hybrid camera system. For what I need in 2021, this bad boy does it all. I'm a big proponent of naming your cameras. This is Rhonda. You're looking at Ricky. And I'm Knives Monroe. If you have any other questions for me, I can't think of anything else to say about these cameras other than they're absolutely amazing. Battery lives they rarely die. You can charge them USB-C, which I've done that on weddings. I have a very long USB-C, kind of like a MacBook charger. And I have one battery on the S5. That's all I have. So I'll charge the one battery on a wedding when I'm doing 2 cameras. I actually have a wedding this Saturday, and I have 3 batteries for the S1H, and I have 1 battery for the S5, and I know it's going to be fine. I'm not worried about it. When you put it on a DJI Ronin S, it's pretty big, but other than it being heavy, it's not really a big issue. The heavy form factor, let's talk about that real fast. I was just about to sign off. But it actually helps with the IBIS create a very, very steady image. Is this heavy? Yes. You put the Atomos Ninja V on this bad boy? Yes. It becomes even heavier. It's very heavy. It's very heavy. Look, this camera's not for the weak. I'm not trying to scrutinize. I'm just saying, if you're a female filmmaker, 110 pounds, this might be too much to carry after a while for anybody. It gets too heavy for me on an 8-hour shoot. It gets too heavy for me. Put a Ronin on it, put the monitor on it, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to hold this for more than 20 minutes. Okay, it's heavy for me. It is heavy, but it really helps the stabilization. Another reason why I contemplated the Red Komodo was I really enjoyed the global shutter. And it makes a difference. I can see it in my eyes. It makes a big difference. It adds to the cinematic quality. This has a rolling shutter, but it's still pretty good. It's never been an issue for me. It's still pretty good. I love these cameras. I can talk about them all day. This is a no bullshit review. I don't want to go into the science of it. I don't want to go into what other people say. This isn't sponsored. I don't even have affiliate ads to hawk to you. I just wanted to speak from the heart and say I'm a big fan of these cameras. They speed up my creativity, and that's all that matters. And I'm able to get reps out of them, even amidst the pandemic era. I film behind the scenes content for short films and feature films. And I film stuff from event photography, event videography. I mean, hiring fairs. I mean, you've named it. I've literally done it all. I would say the only thing I haven't done is maybe adult entertainment. It's the only thing I haven't really done. But these bad boys, they travel with me. They go with me. They're tanks. The S1H is weather and dust resistant. It can take a beating. Let me just say, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. But this is not going to be a camera review channel. It's not going to be a camera review channel. That's not what I'm going to do here. This is just a retcon of the other camera review that I made because enough Lumix fanboys said, yo, you could do better than that. And they were right. They were right. So without further ado, my name is Knives Monroe. Keep a force field around your heart. Thank you so much for watching. To support the cause, visit indiedarlings.net. Check out our merch, our Etsy shop. If you ever want to contact me for booking or for a collaboration, please feel free to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.